Joanna, welcome.
Yes, welcome.
To my Go See show. In which, as I always say, I interview the models that come to me. I'm a fashion photographer. Models come on Go Sees to show me their work, their books.
Yes.
And I interview them about their lives and about their careers in modeling in an attempt to give back to whoever's watching some kind of information about what it's like to make images in fashion and to be on my side of the camera as well as yours.
Yes.
And my lovely Go See of the day is Johanna Nault.
No, Johanna Nault.
No, I thought
like
so.
No, like a...
Nault.
Yes, like the car, the brand car, Renault. But without the Ro.
Now, what type of name is that? It's obviously
It's
French.
100% French.
It's 100%. Is it an old French name?
Yeah, it's very old actually. It's from my dad's family, and we're from the mountain in the south of France.
Oh, you're southern. Wicked.
I was born in Nice, and
No.
I grew up. Yes,
That's so cool.
And I grew up in a very cute little town, all made with
In the
rocks.
village?
A very medieval village. Yes.
Wow. So you're as French as you get.
I'm as French
Or
as
is
I
there
can.
some mixture going on there in the south?
It's a mix. I think in Europe we are all like mostly all French, Italian, and one of my grandmother was from Holland. That's why I have like the very square jaw.
Okay, so it's not French at all. I should say in our introduction that the story of why you're here today
Yes.
is that I had published these little videos on my Instagram channel. Now, I don't know how you came across them. How does anyone come across anything? How did you find the video of whoever the model was at the time?
It's like a spider web. I
Is
would
it?
say.
It's
Yes.
like the tunnel of social media.
Yes.
One thing leads to another.
Absolutely, and I'm very curious, and so I really go see
Deep.
everyone.
Do you go deep?
Very. Sometimes too deep. You spend an hour just watching at people's
Yes.
life, and then you're like, "Am I that creepy?"
You're creepy. She
But
was
it gives
very
you
creepy.
ideas. Then
Yes, of course.
Yeah, because
that's creativity, discovering.
Exactly.
Okay, so Joanna was creepy and looked at this video of mine and put a comment, which was so sweet.
Yes.
And then I saw that and I clicked on it and I saw that you were in fact a model yourself. And so I thanked you and I invited you on.
Yes.
And so here you are. And it took a couple of goes because our chimney upstairs, or the
Who
next
tried to
door,
kill me today.
the next door neighbours had redoing their roof. So the chimney was demolished on the day that you were supposed to, first day that you were supposed to come. This is the second time now.
And I was feeling very sick that day.
And
so
you were
actually,
feeling sick.
Yeah,
It's just as well.
I've never been that sick in my life.
You see how it works out.
Yeah.
So here you are, and I'm so glad that you are here.
Yes, me too.
What star sign are you? Let's start with the basics of astrology.
Star sign. So I was born April 5th. So
Is
I
that
am Aries.
You're Aries. I knew you were.
The
Only
moon,
Aries
the
would...
moon, whatever. I don't know how you say that in
what's your moon?
English, but Lion. So Aries and Lion. So
Fucking
take care, guys.
double fire. I'm a Leo I'm a double Leo. So I'm Leo, rising Leo, sun, and a Libran moon. And my daughter's double Leo, Aries moon.
Oh, wow.
My wife's a
How old
Sagittarian.
is she?
She is 11 years old now.
Oh, yeah. I see
Yeah.
her.
So you see, I could tell that willingness to take a risk, to be direct, to contact somebody is very Aries, isn't
Also,
it? First
it
degree,
is.
like action. Let's act
But
on it.
usually I'm a little bit too proud to comment on anyone's videos. I'm just like
You're
watching.
too self.
Yeah, I'm just like I have my own little life, and
Yes.
I have a lot of things I want to do. So I don't let anything distract me.
You're busy.
Yes, and so busy. I'm trying to be. I'm not as much busy as I would like to, but I really
Are
try
you built
to keep
to
myself.
act? Are you
Yes.
built to act in the
Yes.
world? Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. What did your mummy and daddy do? Who are they? What's their names? What did they do?
Okay, so my parents. My dad is called Philippe.
Oh, that's a lovely French name.
And my mom is Caroline.
Oh, that can't be more French.
And so they both met when they were like, so there are 7 years of difference, and they met when my mom was 21. She was a mom all her life, taking care of my two sisters and me, and taking care, and that's her job, of people with mental disabilities.
Wow.
So it's been more than 30 years that she's
Wow.
doing this. And my dad is an engineer for computers.
Right. So your mum is a natural nurturer.
Yes.
She looked after people her whole life.
Yes, absolutely.
Does that make you a better mother, or does that make you a compromised mother because your mother has had to give so much love and attention elsewhere?
Oh no, I give so much love to everyone that I meet.
She gave
I'm
love
exactly like the like
No.
her.
Did you get love from your mum?
Yes, more than I could ever ask.
She had so much to give.
Yes, she has the biggest heart I've ever met.
That's so lucky. You're so lucky.
Yes.
Does that make you basically happy and okay in your skin in life?
It makes me happy and yes.
Are you secure?
Yes, but it makes you very disappointed of people because you give so much and receive so little. That sometimes when you don't give, you never give to receive in return, but sometimes you would expect a little gesture.
That's the problem that Leos have all the time.
Yeah.
The world is a cruel place.
Yes. So, and my dad is he's the best as well. He gives a lot. He's
so solid people.
Yes. Yes.
Were you an only child?
No, 2 sisters.
Shit.
So I'm the middle one. So I'm the worst.
Now, what does that mean, the worst? Define what worst means.
It means that I'm close to both of the sisters, but I'm the only one who's living outside of my little village, actually.
Oh, you were the black sheep.
Yes, I was.
Say.
Yes.
Now, was that always the case? Was it always part of your personality
Yes.
to be different?
Yes. Yeah.
You are different from them?
Yes.
How would you characterize your difference to them? Who are they? What do they do? And how are you different?
They like to follow the rules.
They're more conventional?
Yes.
You're a rule breaker?
Absolutely.
And a risk taker?
Yes. Absolutely. There is a story that I like that shows exactly how I am. I was living in Paris from my 18, 19 years old, and I was living with my cousin in Paris. And I met this guy that I fell in love with, and he was Argentinian, so he went back to Argentina. He was a model, so he was in Paris only for 2 months for Fashion Week.
Right.
And then he went back to Argentina, where he's from. And I was so sad and so in love. And so 2 weeks after, I called him. After we were doing Skype every day, and I said, "Okay, I just took a plane ticket. I'm coming to see you for 10 days." So he invited me before. I'm not that
forward.
Yes.
You're not that forward, but you would have done it anyway, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Because you were so in love.
Exactly. So I went to Argentina, saying to my parents, I'm just going for holidays. And to come back to France 2 weeks after, I'm in the plane about to take off, and I say, no. I want to stay here. Please take off my luggage from the plane. I want to stay here. I can't leave. And I stayed in Argentina for 6 months.
Wicked.
And my parents had to come from the south of France to Paris.
To fucking rescue you.
No, not to rescue me, but they had to go to Paris to take off all my stuff because I didn't have the money to pay the rent as well in Paris because I was just doing nothing. I was barely studying, but since I moved to Argentina, I stopped studying. I stopped everything to go to Argentina.
To be with this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that a lot happened between birth and then.
Yes, a lot.
What kind of a child were you then? Should we say at this point that you are an artist as well? Would you consider yourself as such or not? Or is an artist someone who makes money out of their work?
It's very hard for me to consider myself as an artist even today. Because I'm learning by myself everything, so I feel I have so much to learn, and there are so much people that are more talented than I am that I consider artists, and I don't see myself at the same level than those
But
people.
you draw.
I draw. I've always drew. My parents draw as well. They're talented. They never draw, but when they do, what they do is amazing.
Did you ever see them draw?
Yes.
Okay, so you got the idea that you could draw from watching your parents make
and even my
drawing.
sisters, if you tell them to paint, to draw something, they will do it, and it will look very nice.
Wow.
Just they don't have the
will
to do it.
The desire. So you just stayed with drawing.
Yes.
You didn't stop.
I stopped when I was actually... So in high school, I was studying art as well, and my major was art and history of art. And then I stopped when I started modeling.
Okay, so let's go back. You were a pretty child.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Did you consider yourself? You liked yourself?
Yes, but I mean, it doesn't matter if you're pretty or no. Liking yourself is
A different thing.
Yes.
So which one was it in your case?
I didn't find myself pretty at all. I was very dark hair, very white skin. I was never getting tan. I was super skinny. I looked like, do you know Antigone? So I was called Antigone.
Wow, a Greek tragic heroine.
Yes, and I liked it.
Of course, it's dramatic, man.
I didn't want to be her sister. Her sister is dumb and
you were dark and fucking fierce.
Exactly. So and I have small mouth, small nose, and big eyes.
So was it played by Molière?
Sophocles.
Oh, okay, Sophocles. So there wasn't a later Antigone? Like a Molière or a Corneille Antigone?
I have
no idea. I can't remember from French lycée. Anyway, so you were an artistic child, a loner, or were you bold or were you shy?
I was bold.
You were bold
yes.
as an Aries.
I was making a lot of troubles to my parents.
You were?
Yes.
You were naughty. Would you consider yourself naughty?
Naughty.
Bavard, not bavard. Naughty.
Like doing bad stuff.
Méchante.
Méchant. No,
not méchante. Not méchante in that you were nasty. But that you were naughty. That you just did naughty things.
Yeah. Sort of. So I have this story, and I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Go on then.
To the entire world that is watching us.
Yes, forever on the internet. It'll never go away once it's out there.
When I was a kid, my parents, when they would say no for me to get something, though, because I was asking, like, can I have those candies? And they would say no, I would be so frustrated, and I wanted that, and I wanted so bad that I would hit my head wherever I could, so they would feel bad about me, and they would say, okay, you can have it. You
guilt-tripped your parents through physical violence to yourself.
So they brought me to a psychologist who said, all right, you don't want to talk. I didn't want to talk to him. So draw something. And he wanted to explain to my parents what I drew. And I didn't want. So we spent an hour. I was 4 years old. Okay?
Oh, my God.
And we spent 1 hour watching each other like this.
No.
Him behind his office and me here with the paper and the pens are in the middle. And he was like, okay, you don't want to do anything, I can do anything either. So we started like this, just watching each other. And I was like,
off. Yeah.
And then 5 minutes before the end, I take a pen and I do. And I put it back. And then he went to see my parents and he said,
she's a psychopath. He didn't. Good luck. Oh,
you're going to have problems with her. Good luck.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. But Aries are rams, so they bash their heads all the time. Oh my God. So did you get on with your siblings? Was it an easy relationship?
No, it wasn't easy.
You fought. You fought with them?
Yes, with my older sister.
Okay.
I fought a lot with my older sister.
Why?
Because I wanted so much to be. I loved her so much, and I wanted so much to be friends with her and to be friends with her friends, but she didn't want to.
Oh, but later or all the way through?
No, when I was a kid.
All the way through. How many years older was she?
14 years old.
How many years? What was the gap?
So she's three years older than me.
Okay.
And the younger is 7. So the younger was always the cute one that we would.
The baby.
Yes, exactly. So she never had any problem. I would even wake her up when she was a baby at night just to hug her.
Right. Yeah. So you loved your baby sister?
Yeah.
But were you jealous?
No.
You didn't feel that you were...
I've never felt jealousy to my sisters. I don't know how is it on the other side, but for me to them, I've never felt jealousy.
And is that because your parents did such a good job of not showing any kind of favoritism?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so they loved you all equally and...
Yeah, they never said, for example, my little sister, we were always saying, oh my God, you're so cute, you're so pretty. And they said, don't say that. Don't say every day that she's pretty.
Was she?
She was, but so they didn't want us to repeat all the time that what she has is she's pretty.
Right.
They wanted her to feel that she's smart.
More than just a pretty face.
Exactly.
Did she model?
No, she's studying Russian and Korean.
Okay, she's a linguist.
Yes.
So, when was the first time that you understood that fashion existed?
Late 19.
19?
Yeah.
Shit, so what did you do? How was your school life? Were you a good student?
I was a good student, but I hated homeworks.
Okay. What were your favorite and best subjects?
Philosophy.
Okay.
I loved philosophy.
And you still do?
I still do. I wish this afternoon I'm gonna buy philosophy books.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
wicked.
back into it. It's time.
Good. So
Yeah.
what did you want to do when you were a little girl later in life? What was your
I thought so.
ambition?
I wanted to be a war reporter.
A war reporter?
And then my
Wow.
mom went in the middle of my dream and she said, Joanna, if you do this, I'm going to be very sad and very worried on my life.
She ruined it for you.
So she ruined it. And then I was like, thanks, mom.
Yeah.
Because I'm traveling a lot, but I'm not getting killed for that. So that's
Right, exactly.
good way.
And you are reporting on the fashion of
Yes,
the world
exactly.
as opposed to the terrible things that
Yes.
are happening.
So I traveled for love and I was a
Yeah.
flight attendant as well.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
So how did the flight attendants
So,
happen?
after high school, I was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I studied journalism for 2 years at the university in Nice in the south of France. And in the meantime, I was doing flight attendant because they were employing students in order to replace real flight attendants that would go on holidays or that was pregnant. So
In reserve?
Yes.
Temporary.
yeah, so 6 months a year, I would fly from Nice to Paris and then from Paris to wherever in the world they would send me.
Wow.
And I was studying at the same time. And while I was studying...
Making money.
Yeah. And while I was studying, I had some opportunities to do modeling and I met this Argentinian who was a model. And when
Your boyfriend?
I followed him in Argentina, I stopped the studies and I started modeling.
Modeling.
In Argentina.
That's where you started.
Yes.
Okay, so what was your love life between losing your virginity? I don't know.
At 12? No, I'm kidding.
There's no other way to put it. And meeting this love of your life?
As I'm not with him anymore, I'm with another boyfriend
Yes.
from New York.
So how are you in love? How did you express that? What were your first experiences and tell me about that.
So my love life, I had a high school boyfriend for 3 years, from my 15 or 16 till 18.
First love?
Yes, first love.
So a great thing.
Yes, and tragic as well.
And tragic.
Yes.
Because it didn't last.
It didn't last. You're a teenager. We had.
Did you suffer?
I suffered a lot because he was very intense. He had a lot of problems with the world. He was against the society. He was very smart.
Yeah.
So I would understand all his points, and I would understand why he was so dark. And I couldn't help him.
Yeah.
But it was
Did you want to rescue him?
Yeah, of course. I'm
okay,
the daughter of my mom.
That's right. But that's a difficult thing to do, or if not impossible.
Yeah, it was impossible. So this is
was
why
impossible.
we stopped.
But was that a trait that you fall back on? Does that
yes.
happen all the time? Oh, so that's the default. That's
Wait
your
for the
can't wait.
for the story.
Tell me.
So this Argentinian guy that I met during
How?
So I was studying. I was 19 years old. Oh my god, that's the story. Day of my birthday, we meet. The day where my best friend Xavier dies.
Shit.
So 3 things happening the same
Wow.
day. I met this Argentinian, I lose my best friend, and it's my birthday.
Wow.
And it's my first work as a model for Chanel. It was a short movie that they were shooting in Antibes. And I was doing it as an extra, actually, to have some pocket money. And Karl Lagerfeld saw me and he asked me if I wanted to be like a little model on the back, more than an extra.
Nice.
Not the main model,
Yes.
but like just... And so he said, I have something for you to do with this guy. And he showed me my Argentinian.
No.
And he said, I would love you to learn the valse.
Waltz?
Yes. And so you will have a teacher who will teach you all day long.
No, there was a
And
teacher. There was a
third
dance
person, yeah.
teacher.
And he will teach you how to dance.
Fantastic.
And tomorrow we will film that. And I was like, okay.
Very
And we fell in love.
romantic.
Yeah.
In learning the waltz.
Yes. Oh
You
my god.
fell in
Yeah.
love.
We both remember the exact same moment. Like this. It was.
Was it coup de foudre?
Yeah.
So it was love at first sight
Yes.
on both.
Yeah.
parts.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that like? What was that? Had you ever experienced that before?
Never.
Is it good?
It is amazing. It's
Is
the most beautiful
thing in the world?
Yes.
So you were
It's
in
like
love immediately?
It's like a mix of fear and desire and like butterflies here. It's like it's crazy. It was very intense, and we stayed together for a very long time until 2 years ago.
So was he, like the first boyfriend, as intense, as troubled, and as savable as the first?
So he didn't need to be saved. This one, he was as troubled in he wants to be a musician. He wanted to be a musician.
He's an artist.
Yes.
In his soul.
Yes. So then, when you're an artist, you have a lot of. You think a lot about yourself, about what you're meant to do in this world, and when you can't do it, it's very hard, and so you hit a wall. And
how does he deal with being a model, a male model? Does he see that as a great advantage in life? He hated it.
Yeah, he liked it at the beginning for the 2 first years because it was working well. But then he grew up and he looked more like a man and not like a little kid.
Il avait quel âge?
Il avait 19 ans.
He was 19 when he started?
Yes.
Okay.
And then when he was like 22, he started to look more like a man, so his face changed and his body changed, and he wasn't fashion anymore, but he wasn't commercial enough.
Either.
So that's when
tricky.
he stopped, because he started to be very disappointed on going to castings and
the rejection.
Yeah. When you know the success for 2 years.
It's hard on the way down.
Yes.
When you're hot, not. When you've been hot and then not.
Exactly. So that was the worst. And this
was the beginning of the shoot of your relationship as well.
Mm-hmm.
So how were you? Where was your career trajectory in relation to his? Were you steady? Were you on the rise? Where were you?
I started
in Argentina.
I started in Argentina. So when I met him, he was already a model working for Chanel, for Dior. So I was looking at him with stars in my eyes.
But we have to back up. We have to back up
Mm-hmm.
because you were on a set with Karl Lagerfeld for a Chanel commercial.
Yeah, but I never did modeling before. I was coming as an extra.
Oh, you were just literally turning up as an extra.
Yeah, so I would go on internet on my little house in south of France, like, those people are looking for an extra for this movie and they pocket money, so I'm gonna send a picture, and they were like, okay, we need a girl walking on the back. So
that's great. So you met him, then went to Argentina.
Yes.
Straight afterwards.
So I met him, and then I went to Paris for a month because I started to work with Air France.
D'accord.
As a flight attendant. And he was still in Paris for work, for Fashion Week. And so we lived together for a month or a month and a half. And then he left. And so then I followed him.
And then, so how did you start modeling in earnest in Argentina?
In Argentina. So I was, I didn't have that silhouette. I had a few pounds more. So when I arrived in Argentina, as he was a very famous model.
He was
there.
He was a big model.
Yeah, in Argentina, once you start to work for a big brand outside of the country, you come back, you're a celebrity.
A star.
Yeah.
So he was a star.
Yeah.
Did he like that?
He loved it. I mean, he wants to be a very famous musician, so.
Right, of course he does.
So
what star sign is he, by the way?
Scorpio.
That's so.
Scorpio, right?
Fucking difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
sorry.
Me too.
It's doomed, right?
We want to avoid the Scorpio.
I know,
right?
at all costs.
At all costs.
At all fucking costs.
Yes, absolutely. So he wanted to be a star, and he really loved to be one in Argentina. And when he started to work less and less, obviously.
Oh my God.
You understand.
Yes.
And so in Argentina, his mother agent was like, okay, Joanna, you have a very pretty face for beauty and commercial, so we're gonna start to do some pictures and all that.
Is he very beautiful?
He's for me he was, and he has like a very intense Argentinian face. He has a nose that takes some space, but it's very masculine. I like it, and he has big ears, but I like it as
because
well.
everyone says that Argentina has the most handsome men in the world.
Yeah.
They're famous for it. That. Just the Latin thing, right?
It's Latin and mixed with Europe as well.
Yeah.
Most of them are half Argentinian, half Italian.
Did you like living in Argentina.
Loved it.
What's Argentina like? Where were you?
I was in Buenos Aires.
Yeah. What's it like as a city to
we
live
were
in?
living with his parents for 6 months.
I love that.
His mom was like
Doing
crying, oh my
everything?
god, she stayed! She stayed for my son. She's 19. She left her life in France to live here with us in Argentina. So she was crying, and I loved the family, and the life there was amazing. It's big. There is a lot of passion and love from everyone. The streets are very nice. There's a lot of trees. It's very European, but with a South American soul. So it's
Wow.
I love it.
Lots of good meat to eat.
Yeah. I would love to live there, but the economy is so bad. The government is so
Right,
corrupt.
So you spent 6 months.
6
and you
months.
started working as a professional model
Yes.
for agencies. So you lost weight.
Yeah. So I didn't lose weight when I was in Argentina. It was impossible. The food was too good, and I ate so much.
Yeah, and
but
you were
they
in
told
love.
me you have to go back to France to meet agencies. So this is the moment where I worked out like crazy for a month, and I lost what I needed to lose. And then I met agencies, and I signed with Marilyn in Paris, and this is where I started.
Okay.
And he came with me, obviously.
Right. So the boyfriend was an introduction to the
modeling,
world of
yes.
fashion. Did you know that you could do it, that you'd like it, and all of that shit? Or did you just want to do it because he was doing it and you wanted to make money?
His life seemed like so amazing
great.
to me. So this is what I wanted. I saw
Travel.
him traveling,
Yes.
making money, being
Yes.
independent, and I was like, okay,
Loved
this is what I want.
as a god.
Yeah, exactly.
Wherever he went.
Exactly. He had everything with me. A
He had
Scorpio
everything.
who has someone who's like, oh my god.
You were devoted.
Yes. And then I grew up. I became a woman, more confident. I started to work more than he was.
Was he controlling?
Working. No. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah. That goes with the
Yeah,
territory.
but because he was so in love, there was like the
Yes. Possessive?
Possessive. Yeah.
Possessive.
Yeah.
Jealous possessive.
Yeah.
That's good. No, doesn't
Well, my first answer was no. Well, yeah.
but doesn't every woman want that sense of being
Yes.
wanted and desired
Yeah.
to that extreme, that intensity?
Yes, I think once in your life you want
You
to
should,
experience
yeah.
it, to know what you really want. And extremes are never good. So too much love
Yeah.
is not good enough.
Right.
I mean, it's not good for you.
Yeah.
And
It's too stressful.
it is. Yeah, I have friends that are male friends, and I had to hide every time I was going to see them. While they were
Right.
just friends. I mean,
Yes.
stupid little things like this, but at the end, it's what
Yeah.
makes it annoying.
Exactly. So how do you leave a Scorpio and stay alive
Oh my god.
and intact?
The
How do you break up with a Scorpio?
so
Hang on. Are we jumping ahead?
yeah.
Okay. Continue with that chronology.
So I was living in Paris, and between Paris and Argentina, he decided one day to stay in Argentina and stop modeling and be a full-time musician with his band that
What did he play?
knew since high school.
Oh yeah. So he played guitar
Yeah.
all through
in
his.
his apartment.
Okay. But he had a band in high school.
Yeah.
Did he play concerts with them?
Yes.
Gigs. He did.
Yeah.
So
So he decided to stay there. So I was going back and forth between France and between Argentina, and I was paying a lot of money, and I was missing my family too much, and I couldn't see where we were going because I didn't want to live in Argentina. You're not making money over there. The economy is very bad. Government super bad. So, and I was not having friends there, and I was missing friends. So I came back to France, and I said, we have to make decision about where we want to live. And he made this decision to be in Argentina, no matter what. And so I said, all right,
that's it.
I think that's the end, because we cannot find the common decisions, and you take your own decision. So I have to live for myself. I want different things. We had the project to live in New York, and I was in the process of making the visa, and he lost his visa because he forgot to go to renew it. And all those little things showed me that he was not as involved as I was, and then his dream was more important than what I wanted for us. So I broke up. And
how did he respond to that?
Very
Badly?
bad, yeah.
Badly?
I think, yeah.
Did he want you back? Did he make a
No.
concerted
He was
effort?
too proud.
He was too proud.
Yeah. I kind of wish he did. I think he would have. I was
That would have been
expecting
nice.
something, yeah.
But you didn't do it because of that.
I didn't.
It would have been nice.
Yes, nice, and I think that our story would have maybe kept going if
if he'd made the effort. But that would have meant him moving to Paris to be with you.
To Paris or to New York?
Oh,
It was
yeah,
the middle
exactly
that
the
we
middle.
wanted, yeah. But
Shit.
he lost his visa, and so he lost me. That was
Okay, now was it a painful
yeah.
fallout of missing somebody?
I think the most painful was the last year. It was in time because I was traveling back and forth and I was missing all the time someone, or my family, or him, or tired of seeing that he wasn't doing any effort and I was doing everything. So that was the most painful. And
Right.
then the breakup was just,
A relief?
yeah, like I gave you everything. I don't have anything
Then
anymore.
else
Like
it's
just
done.
take this and that's it.
Right. So how was joining Marilyn in Paris? Was it exciting? Tell me about your first jobs and how you
Oh my
took
God.
to modeling.
I was so stressed to meet them because this is the agency that I always wanted to be with.
Is that
'Cause,
right?
Yeah. I
Why?
don't know. I think I admired the girls, the women that they had before, because they had like Kate Moss in Paris before. They had a lot of big models that I really liked, and I'd never thought that they would take me. I'm pretty short for a model. I'm 5'9" grossly, so and I don't know.
But they had
didn't
Kate.
think
They
that
had little Kate.
Yeah, so they signed me, and I was like, wow, okay.
Was that the
okay.
first agency you saw and the first reaction to you or wanting to do it?
Yes.
So you went to see Marilyn, they said, yes, we want to sign you.
Yeah, so I
Did that
started.
feel good?
It felt amazing. I was
Did you
so
feel
happy.
that you were meant to be a model at this
Yeah.
point? Right.
Yeah, just a little yes.
Had you done it a bit in Argentina?
In Argentina, I didn't, but I knew that I was...
Able.
That I didn't really like the pictures that I was seeing.
Mm.
I was... the other girls in Argentina are so pretty. And I was curious, and all people told me to lose weight, so I was not feeling very confident. But they believed in me, and they said, we're going to send you to Marilyn, you work out, you do this, you do that. And I followed what they told me, and Marilyn
it worked.
besides me, it worked. So,
Do you remember what your first jobs were? Did you feel very excited?
I felt very excited, very stressed. My first job with, I think it was an editorial. And I went to Kazakhstan.
Wicked. You went to fucking Kazakhstan
Yeah, for
your
1
first
week
job.
for an editorial. I
That's
think that was the
amazing.
first job.
Do you remember the magazine?
Cosmopolitan.
French Cosmopolitan. Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
In the days where they actually had budgets to send you to Kazakhstan.
Yeah, actually, there was an invitation from the Kazakhstan, so we were.
They were paid for everything.
Yeah,
They
so
paid for
that was amazing hotel. And,
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you think this is it? This is it?
I started to think, okay, maybe I have something to do in this.
Job.
Yeah, I start to leave everything that I've been dreaming of when I first
Yeah.
met this guy,
Yeah.
because he was doing this, and then now I'm doing it. So I'm.
So, but you had already split up with him. No,
No, I
this
was
was-
still with him.
So you had a year of being a model at Marilyn before you split up?
So I met him when I was 19. All this started when I was like, let's say 20, and we broke up when I was 24.
Oh shit, that's
And
a
I'm 26
long
now.
time.
Yeah, we stayed a very long time together.
Wow.
That's why the story is so long.
Right. No kids? Too young.
No, thank God, my God. I
But you
want
wanted-
kids, but
you wanted to have kids with him at some point.
yes, of course. I wanted to marry him. He wanted
Yeah.
to marry me. Kids, everything.
Is he still modeling?
He's not. I don't think he is. We don't talk anymore.
Oh,
I
that's a
wish
shame.
we were. Just,
Have you tried?
I sent him actually a text. What was it for? His birthday in September, and so he replied. That was very
Polite? Cordial?
Yeah, cordial.
Courteous?
Courtois.
Yes, courteous. Polite.
So, but nothing more. And I think it's very sad when someone is so important for you for such a long time.
Of course,
then
and that you've
there's
loved so
nothing.
deeply.
Yeah.
So, did you have other boyfriends afterwards? How was that?
Yeah.
And how did you lead to now where you're with this particular man?
So, I broke up with my ex December 2015. And in March 2016, No. I broke up in December 2016. And in March 2017, I went to Miami with finally my visa to
America the first time?
America the first time. I went there when I was a flight attendant for 2 days, but like for really...
Yes.
Because my mother agency is from my new mother agency, because when I broke up with my ex, I changed my mother agency as well, from Argentina to one in Florida.
Oh, wow.
So I stopped everything I had with South America. And so I went to Miami and I stayed there for about 4 to 5 months. And when I was there, I met this guy who is still my boyfriend now. He was in Miami to do an internship. And I met him, and then he followed me to Paris.
Is he in the business?
So he was just finishing his studies and working in my agency as an intern because his mom knew the owner.
Right.
But he's a real estate agent now in New York.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so he followed me a month.
So how did you get... How does that happen? So how did it happen that it wasn't coup de foudre again, was it?
No, it was different. It was more...
Did you fancy him?
mature.
Did you fancy him when you saw him?
He's the one who would never go talk to a girl, even though he's not shy, but he just doesn't care. He's in his world. He has his friends, and I am the one who went to see him first.
So you approached him?
Yeah, I did.
So you liked him?
I did. I was attracted by him. I think it was the fact that he didn't care about it.
Yeah, he had the power of not giving a shit.
Exactly.
Right, of course. I understand that now.
We were playing at the volleyball tournament in Miami that there is
You were playing?
Yeah, I love volleyball.
You play volleyball?
Mm-hmm.
So you obviously... Did you grow up playing volleyball as a
yes, at
competitively?
school. And
You did? Shit. Is that a south of France kind of thing? It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did fencing as well.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Wicked.
For 3 years.
Right.
And so we were doing this tournament and he was playing in my team. And during the training, our team was separated in two. So one against the other
adversaries.
one. And how do you call this thing that separates?
Net?
Yeah, the net. And so he was behind and I was behind. And when you are at this position, it's back against back. And the net is in the middle.
So you're hitting backwards?
Yeah.
Or you're putting the ball up for somebody else to hit?
You send it for somebody else, yeah.
Yes.
And I was there, and I didn't know really who was behind me, and I slapped his ass. I don't know why I did this.
And he was accidentally on purpose.
Yeah. And he looked at me and he was like, "Oh, hey."
A bit of ass slapping
and
on the court.
that was the first day we started to hang out together.
You see, he just needed his ass slapped to get his attention, I guess.
Yeah. And usually I don't really say that. I just say we met at work. But last time, my first Thanksgiving with his family, they were like, "Oh, so how did you guys meet?" And they served me a lot of wine before.
Okay.
And I was so stressed to meet his family that I was like drinking and just saying nothing and sipping and sipping. And so when they asked me that, I was like, "Well, I just slapped his ass."
That's
I was
right.
like, "Oh,
that's
nice."
the truth. The truth was out.
Yeah.
Is he American?
He is from New York, raised and born.
He's a New Yorker?
Yeah.
Shit, that's brilliant. So that worked out. You got New York.
Mm-hmm. That was my dream, and I fall in love with someone who's from
Oh
New
my
York.
God.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And I still have my South American side because he's half Brazilian.
Is he? Right, it worked out then. What was his star sign?
His what?
What was his star zodiac?
He is
Balance. Libran.
I think so.
Libran.
He's
Libran.
from January, isn't it?
Oh,
17 of January.
January?
I'm so
I don't know what that is. I don't. Isn't that Capricorn? Is he
it's Capricorn. He is Capricorn.
He's a goat.
Yeah.
So he's stable.
Yeah, he is. He is stable.
I like that about them.
Yeah. From two relationship very tumultuous, I finally fall in love with someone that calms me because I'm very...
right, exactly. It works well. So are you going... So did you go from one to another?
No,
you had a few
3
flings.
months.
You had a few flings.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
But I fell in love with
you
MJ.
living in New York?
He lived in Miami and moved to New York back when I said I'm going to New York. So he...
Oh shit, he did what the other one wouldn't.
Yeah.
Which is follow you for love.
Yes.
And support you.
Yeah. And he also knows the city because he was born here and raised here. So
which part of the city was he born in and raised?
Great Neck.
Great Neck, that's upstate?
Yes. I live in
So
upstate.
it's outside of New York.
Yes.
Is family out there in Great Neck?
Yes, and he moved between the city. He was, I think, Midtown East most of the time, and then Great Neck. So it was like between. His parents moved a lot. They were divorced, so he would
I
go
see,
back and forth.
Do you have a good sense now then of what Americans are like and American men are like, and are you here a lot? Do you live here?
Yeah, I live here.
How long have you lived here for?
So I moved here last December, January.
Okay.
So not one.
So
full year
before
yet.
that, you were bi-coastal.
Before that, I was
Paris, New
Paris.
York.
Yes.
So how did you negotiate that long distance relationship?
With him, he came with me to Paris.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
So he lived with you in Paris?
We had like 1 month separated from each other, but that's it.
Oh,
we were in
right.
Miami and then Paris together, and then
Oh.
he went to New York, I went to New York, and then we went to, and then New York.
Oh, wow. Okay. So is that it now? Is this the what are you going to do? So how's your career going? What do you want from your career? How did it go? Where are you? How are you thinking about it? What the fuck do you want now?
So my modeling career is going great. It's a little bit boring for me now.
Because you've done it for so long?
I've done for so long. I didn't get to the point where I was very proud of myself in modeling.
Yes. So you don't think you achieved the successes
Yes,
that you wanted?
That's why I will never give up until I have
you
that.
do.
Yes, even though I want to a little bit to sort of move on, but I want to do big beauty campaign and stuff
you
like
should
this.
freaking well should.
And I know I can.
And you should. And you
because
will.
I met so many photographers
Yeah.
that do this, and they all told me why
Yeah.
you still didn't get it. So I really work in order to get that, and the day I will get it, I
Then
will
you can
put
start to
modeling
think.
as a side job and my art as a priority.
Okay. And is that what you will do for the rest of your life?
Yes.
Your art?
And I think I also have a company at some point. I want to be a real businesswoman.
An entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it about your art that is so important for you to do? Because I look at your pictures and they're so intricate.
Yes.
I mean, just the detail involved and the physical monotony? Or just the OCD kind of...
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it OCD?
Well, that's a sort of meditation, I would say. It's my way to calm myself, and I don't know what I'm going to draw actually when I start. I just do some lines and then it looks like something. All right, I'm gonna keep doing this. It looks like an eye, so I'm gonna do this.
Right.
And I keep drawing for hours and hours. Like those past days, I have an order for a bar in Miami to do the wallpaper.
Oh, wicked.
That's the first.
Is that
big
your first
thing.
job?
Yes.
Yesterday, you got
that's-
your first paid gig as an artist.
Yes, so I
That's
have
great.
a few days because the bar is going to open in a few weeks. So I have a few days to finish everything. So
Is that the table? No, that table's your table.
that's my table.
That's your table.
That's
Okay.
something else.
But how did you get the job? Was it through Instagram?
So it's a friend of a friend that saw my Instagrams, and he was like, I met him once in Miami, but we were not that friendly. And he saw my drawings, and he saw my table actually, the one that I started to do.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I would love you to do something for my new bar." And I said, "Okay." It happens that when he said that, I was going to Miami for 4 days last week. So I went to see him. I visited the space. The wall is 400 square feet. It's huge. I'm so happy.
Jesus, so you're not worried or nervous to fill all of that
I'm
space?
so nervous. But that's why I already drew 70 girls. So I draw girls.
Now, you draw girls. And so
then I have 2 different things that I draw.
So what are the other things? Because you draw girls, and let's call them erotic girls whose sexual...
I call usually
whose
them
sexual,
my crazy girls.
sexual crazy girls
Yeah.
displayed.
Yeah.
And what's the other thing?
The other thing is the very intricate ones. So it's just what goes through my mind.
Oh, right.
This
Sort of more
takes
abstract?
months and months, and it's usually big. So it's
Wow.
more like real artwork.
So what are you going to do for the bar? Girls?
Girls.
Crazy
yeah.
girls.
Crazy girls
Yeah.
that do like
Mad girls.
million things.
It's great.
From
it
waking
reminded
up
me-
to the morning
yes, the whole
till
thing.
going
It's
back
gonna be
to
a
bed,
narrative.
and many things happen.
Everything in the
between.
between. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so funny because when I first saw them, it reminded me of the animation for the Beatles
Yes.
Yellow Submarine.
Yes.
You know that film?
Yeah, of course.
That sort of cartoony illustration with a bit of maybe, I don't know,
like that.
Art Nouveau, maybe a tiny bit of post-Lautreckian funny little thing. And it seems very French to me as well.
Yeah. Do you know this artist, Niki de Saint-Phal?
No.
So she's an artist that inspired me a lot, actually, because I went to a school called School Niki de Saint-Phal when I was 14 until 17, right next to my house. And so we had some of her sculpture in the garden of the school, and we went to see at the museum her exhibition. She died, unfortunately, but she was born in Nice. She was a model until her 26.
Oh, no.
And then she started to be an artist, and her sculptures are mostly very voluptuous girls.
So she was a huge influence.
Yes. But without even knowing it, because I went to her school and I wasn't even into it, and I started to do those girls about a year ago. And then I was like, shit. It kind of reminds me of someone. So
but she's dead and you're alive.
Yeah.
You're in your prime.
Yeah.
She has a history.
Yes. So that's the main influence.
Good. Okay. So fashion illustration, does that make any sense? Would you ever lend your thing to fashion?
I don't think
Because I saw the picture of your grandmother in the beanie and stuff. Well, like you mentioned it, something about Nana.
Yes.
And you could do that for fashion, but you don't want to.
So the thing, no, I think I want to.
You don't want to, okay. So what do you...
Go away from fashion.
So, okay, now let's talk about what success in fashion would mean to you. So what would enable you to say, fuck this, I've done it now. I've achieved my goal.
So, or a big amount of money, like a big campaign that gives me a lot of money.
How much money do you want to think about?
Even 70,000.
So
it's fine. It's like a nice
perfume?
campaign.
Beauty.
Perfume, yeah.
You've got such a beauty face.
Thank you.
You should be doing that.
So that's what I would like to. Or what I said from the first day I started modeling is I want my mom to go to the pharmacy
and see a picking magazine.
Yeah.
So Paris Vogue.
Yeah.
Or Elle? You take Elle?
It's not really editorial. It's more like I want her to go
you
buy
want
a
on a
cream
Vichy body lotion.
Exactly. And be like buying it and saying to the
that's
my
daughter.
I want them to be proud, not thinking she's a model, but they can't see.
Yeah, where is it? Okay, well, let's have to make that happen then.
Oh, don't you? Yes, I have to.
And what else? What's life like in New York now?
So it's a love-hate relationship.
Is it?
Yes.
Now, how is it different from Paris? Do you prefer Paris?
No.
You prefer New York?
It's different.
How?
I don't
characterize
have
the
preferences. It's very hard with the food here for me.
You prefer French food?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
French food is 100 times better.
So we're talking jambon fromage.
Jambon fromage, fruits. Fruits are so much better. It's They have taste.
Right.
I was eating a cherry tomato here, and I was like, "What am I eating? It doesn't have any taste. It's very red."
Yeah.
But there is no taste inside.
Right. You're looking for quality produce.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise.
But you're happy in New York as a place to live.
Yeah.
What's the hate?
Food is a major problem. But the hate is their relationship with money.
Ah.
I think. And relationship in general. I feel that people that are American, and no offense, but everything has been evolving about having a career and money.
And material.
And it's very hard to meet people. Thank God my boyfriend
Was it hard for you?
Yeah.
How come?
Outside of my boyfriend's social circle, I'm not meeting anyone. It's impossible.
Why?
I don't know. I feel everyone is so focused on the career, then they don't...
Oh. It's lunchtime. It's the lunchtime tummy.
I think they will hear that.
It will. Hopefully it'll pick up. Hopefully it will. The tummy rumbles.
I don't know. It's very hard. Also, I'm very picky with the people, so the problem might come from me actually.
Yeah, you give off a standoffish vibe.
Yes.
I don't need to know you.
Friends. Then I love what I love in New York is in the same time, I hate that every people is so focused on the career, but I love this as well
because
it
it's
makes
drive.
it makes me want to do so many
yourself.
things. It's the first time I'm traveling. I mean, working so much on my art and doing so many projects.
Motivating.
So in the same time, I love it. So that's why it's a love-hate relationship.
Right.
And it's so cold.
It's freaking cold in the winter,
so
and it goes on forever, doesn't it? It really
so
does
cold.
go on
it's
forever.
9 months of winter.
I know.
And
then
4 months
hot,
of
too much. It's an extreme climate. It
Yes.
really is. Okay, so I want to finish by asking you what... Oh, first of all, your philosophy of life. From a philosopher.
Yes.
Tell me, what is the meaning of life for you?
Descartes said, doubt everything. So I doubt everything. Everything that I think I am, everything that I think I know, everything that I believe in, I doubt it. So it makes you all the time rethink everything and question and be a better person, because you always have things to learn. You know nothing. So, and if you think that you know everything, you're
really
not
know
that
nothing.
smart.
So you know nothing.
Yeah, you know
What
nothing.
you know is that you know nothing.
Exactly.
Fantastic. And then also, do you have any advice to give to any other models who might be seeing this for the first time?
Oh, yes.
Dreaming of what it is to be a model, or thinking that they could possibly be involved in the industry. Advice for the young at heart.
I mean, everyone says that, but really believe in yourself 100%, because there's a million girls probably prettier than you are, but you have something special that someone will see. So just go for it and do not compare yourself, because we're all very different. But that's what helped me a lot, because at the beginning I was seeing all those girls and I was calling my friends saying, oh my god, that's just so the most pretty girl in the world, I'm never gonna get the job. And I got the job. So why? They would always see something that you don't see. So give yourself a chance, and that's the best you can do.
Well done. Do you have anything to tell me? You didn't ask me anything.
So my turn now. Why did you
Now
start?
the interview can begin.
No, why did you start those videos, and when did you start?
Oh, the videos. I started the videos on my birthday last year. It's a very easy, symbolic day to remember. And I did it. Obviously, there were a few months leading up to the birthday. And I did it because I had a desire to say a bit more about what my job is about after 25 to 30 years of being a fashion photographer, and to share some aspects of what I've learned.
Yes.
I also had ambitions, and still do, to make TV shows as a presenter.
Oh, nice.
So really, the real me, this is me. The fashion photographer Michael is an amazing job that I've had the privilege of having for so long. And my curiosity and my love of aesthetics and simply looking through a viewfinder and composing pictures has been satisfied through that. But sitting, talking to the bus driver of the location van about his life was really the real me, where I get to sort of come alive.
Oh, that's so nice.
So I saw fashion really as a way of getting out of something to do, getting out of the house.
So would you say that this moment where you talked to the bus driver was the best moment of the photo shoot?
I was
What
saying
is
the
the best
photo
moment?
shoot is the excuse to go out into the world and see interesting and beautiful things. That's the reason, the pretext to do it. Having a moment of exchange with another human being is, for me, part of the meaning of life.
Of course.
That this is all that really it is at the end of the day. That the connections that you make and the life that you're sharing of the moment is extremely important.
Yes.
And you do that with other people. And I'm a kind of person that I like to share of it.
Yeah, and everyone has something to say that can change your life in some way.
Exactly. So social media has happened. There's an opportunity with technology to be able to have a little show and to talk to people, which is my real love. It's to talk to people about themselves and to find out how you did it. How do you, Joanna, live, and what makes you tick? And hopefully in the in the hope that I will learn something
Yeah.
about how to be a human being. You know, that's the curiosity is always about that. It's back to your dick out.
Yes.
I know nothing. Maybe Joanna, you will tell me the meaning of life. You will teach me something in this hour. And so that's really it. And I thought to myself, oh, like with anything else, I went to see a TV company head with ideas for a fashion TV show, which I think is very, very needed still. I mean, more than ever, fashion is of interest in the world. So I went with my idea for a show, and he said he didn't want to see it, he didn't want to read it. All that he cared about was that I, as a personality, would be interesting and compelling on camera.
Yeah, and memorable.
Memorable, compelling, entertaining, funny, whatever it was. And he suggested to me that I go out and find my gestalt, my personality on camera. And so I thought to myself, well, how am I going to get practice with being in front of the camera, being comfortable, being in the moment and all of that, and interviewing people? So I thought, shit, I get a subject, potentially, because I'm a photographer. I can call up model agencies and have a subject with a life come and sit next to me every day. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go anywhere with lights and cameras and schlep shit about. I can be in my daughter Tallulah's I can be in my daughter Tallulah's bedroom, and my subjects come to me.
Yes.
And so this is simply a way of
it's
a
like
complex
a training.
thing. It's getting my 10,000 hours in this, and then this can lead to something else. And
yes,
you know, it's just one foot in front of another in the process of becoming something that I have an idea about in my mind and manifesting that by doing.
Nice.
So that's it, and I've enjoyed it so much, and I haven't really been sort of concerned with views and followers and all of that. I call it a labor of love, that I would do this anyway.
Yeah.
I don't have to be paid to do it.
I kind of wish they would erase those likes number, and then you don't know how many people.
Yes, imagine that.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
And people buy their likes anyway.
Yeah,
and their
so
followers
no
anyway.
more pressure. You just share what you want, and you don't care of what they think or see or whatever. It's like...
And people would be much more healthy and happy. You know, there's this whole depression because of social media.
Yeah,
people
it's
comparing.
like at school when the teacher was... So the first of the class is this one, and the last is this one. So we come back to that feeling of being...
Yes. A good example is there was a time in the 90s and early 2000s when the Japanese economy was in the toilet. And you couldn't make money really anymore out of doing much.
Yes.
And that fostered a complete culture in restaurants where there was no expectation of making money. So people opened tapas bars or whatever purely for the freaking love of it. And that's what made Japanese cuisine in Tokyo the best in the world, because people were really doing it for the love.
So that's your favorite food?
I don't know. I don't know. I grew up with a Jamaican mother.
Oh.
So she would cook all sorts of things.
Your mom is Jamaican, or it was...
My mother's Jamaican, from Jamaica.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
She went to England in 1959 to be an actress. So my mum's an actress and has grown up as a real force in West Indian, in Jamaican black culture in England.
Wow. So next question. Who do you love?
Who do I love? Oh my God. Number one, I love myself.
Yes, good answer.
I love myself and I like myself a lot. So I'm very lucky in that regard. I don't know if that's just born with serotonin levels that make for that I'm happy-go-lucky in life. I don't need that much to be happy. And I think I'm a nice guy, and I think I would like me. I would like me if I met me.
To meet me.
I'd love to meet me. I'd be fall in love. And of course, I love my wife and partner, my life partner, Anne-Marie Lawless, who I met when I was 24.
Yes.
And we have lived decades.
So you are married.
So I'm married, and I've been married for how many years? 23, 24, maybe 25 years. It's the same person. So I've literally lived with Anne-Marie more. I've known Anne-Marie more than anybody else, obviously, and spent more time with her, living as we do as freelancers.
What does she do?
Almost together every day for 27 years we've known each other. We had 4 years, 2 years on, 2 years off. Or 1 year on, 1 year off. Anyway, we had 4 years before we got married.
Okay.
And then, obviously, being a dad. So my wife and the love for Anne-Marie created Tallulah Rose Sanders, my daughter. And of course, for me, the meaning of life is loving. Mm-hmm. And so being a father, being a parent, sharing that amazing journey with the woman that you love in raising, I'm happy that I had a daughter, another being that to love and have an opportunity to love every day when you wake up is the meaning of life.
That's beautiful. My parents just celebrated their 30 years of
right.
Yeah.
So in 3 years we'll be doing that.
Yes.
So it's an amazing achievement, and I just consider myself
You should be
extremely
proud.
proud and lucky, because I know many of my peers who didn't.
Yeah, or they
survive.
give up. They think
Yeah.
it's so easy, and it's difficult, I guess,
Yeah.
to live with someone every day.
Every
Not to
day, all
live,
day.
but to
Yeah.
we always grow up. So sometimes
Of
we're
course.
so different than when we
Yes.
met.
But I think we might be different, but I don't necessarily think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're quite formed very early on in life. Maybe 7,
You're the
10,
two
11.
part of the same person.
No, just that we're very different people, but that the essential Michael and Anne-Marie are the same. We're not too different to when we met. But then we're very sort of...
What does she do for a living?
she's an actress.
Oh,
Yes.
like your mom.
Yes, like my mum.
Nice. Theater?
Film, TV.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're expecting 2 things out this year. We're expecting... Actually, it might be January, when the OA on Netflix, you have to see the first series of the OA.
I saw the first season.
She's in the 2nd season of the OA.
Oh, amazing.
In the 3rd episode, she's a medium who summons spirits or whatever. You know, it's all about that shit. So she was doing ADR, additional dialogue recording, for it yesterday. And she saw a lot of the scenes.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and she really had a good time with the lead actress, who's also the executive producer.
Ah, I didn't know that.
And a co-writer, I think. I can't remember
And
her
you
name.
never know when
Exactly,
person can
exactly.
lead to something else.
And then another film, an art film called The Mountain, that was in competition at Venice
Yes, good festival.
with Jeff Goldblum and Ty Sheridan and Hannah Gross and the French, very famous French cult actor Denis Lavant. Do you know him?
Denis Lavant.
Les Amants du Pont Neuf.
I know this, yes.
You've not seen that film?
No, I didn't see it. I heard about it.
You'll know him.
Wait, I'll
Do you know
check
Claire
the
Denis?
picture. Yes.
Did you ever see Beau Travail?
No.
Oh, about the Foreign Legion. He's in that. You know his face.
I know his face,
know
definitely, because there's not that many.
And Udo
yet.
Kier is in it, and it's a very bleak, dark art film that apparently looks incredible. We're looking forward to Sundance, which will be the...
Is she going to the festival?
Hopefully she'll go to the festival, yes. That'll be in January, February, when it's cold.
Nice.
And so we're really excited.
Yes, it's very exciting.
And we do little... I do the self-tapings for her here. So when she...
for the auditions?
Often, yes, you self-tape. and then you
Isn't she
send stuff.
stressed to do it in front of you?
No, although it can be stressful.
I think it would be
But we've
more
done it-
stressful for
but
me
we've-
to do it in
we've
front
done it
of,
for so long.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
But for example, my boyfriend, sometimes he takes Polaroids for me that I have to send to another country, and I'm
More
so stressed,
self-conscious.
Oh
with
my
him.
god, I feel like I'm like this, and
Yes.
I feel so awkward in front of him,
Yes.
and so I have to redo it again.
Right.
Because it's so. What are you wearing?
I am wearing this sweater from North Sea Company or something like that. It's based on a military Submariner sweater.
There's a mare in this
Submarine.
this conversation.
Yes, yellow submarine.
Yes.
And then these are from a friend's shop, actually in Brooklyn, called Cloth. And it's a Swedish brand called Hope.
Nice.
And it's just
the
a cotton.
Same this, or do you?
No, these are my long johns. I got my long
that's
johns
so
underneath because
annoying.
when the temperature goes below 14 degrees centigrade, out come the long johns.
For me, it's below 17.
It is really.
Yeah, I have.
We're skinny. We don't have any body fat on us.
Yeah, and we're Europe is less.
That's right.
This oh my god!
It's more temperate.
Last night, I woke up in the middle of the night. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm so hot. So my boyfriend opens the window and he forgot to close it.
So
and I woke up this morning at
freezing.
6.
Shit.
It was
Freezing.
14 degrees inside.
Wow.
And he was sleeping like very properly and nicely.
You didn't get up in the middle of the night.
And I was freezing. My nose was like and I had to close it, and I was like, all right, I'm awake now. But 14 degrees, which is how much? 52 degrees Fahrenheit.
Right. Now, but they say actually sleeping, you should go to bed in a
But not
cooler,
that cold.
Not that freaking cold. That would have woken me up.
That's going to kill me. So
I'd get chilblains. I'd get my toes going red. And my Tom Ford glasses, which I really like.
Glasses,
yeah,
yes.
He's really good at that.
So, because I see you wearing often turtleneck for the interviews.
Turtleneck's my thing, man.
Yes, it is. I agree. That's
Again,
a very British thing.
But also it's a virtue of being a bit cold.
And it's cozy.
So again, it's cozy, and when the wind starts blowing in New York, you need your neck protected.
Yeah. So I have another question. One is a feeling that you really love, and another one that you really don't like to feel.
I like baths. I like taking a bath. So it goes with being cozy.
Oh, the worst feeling. That's one of my best feelings as well.
I like having a bath.
But that's also my worst feeling, because when you go
it?
out of the bath and the bathroom is colder than the bath and you're freezing, this little moment
ruins the
that
ruins the rest.
It does.
You see, I'm so in the moment that I'm not looking ahead.
So you know what I do?
You warm it up.
Yeah, with the hairdryer. So I go out of the bath, I like dry real quick, because otherwise I would die if I take the hairdryer directly. And I hair dry myself, and then I'm like burning. And
that's hilarious, and you should do a cartoon of yourself hair drying your own bottom.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my drawing like this. I have a new idea.
You should. So, what don't I like? Ooh, what don't I like? I don't like the cold, but then that's the other side of that coin. What don't I like? I'm quite impatient.
Not a feeling, just otherwise a moment in the day that you don't like, or
a moment in the day
things that you really sometimes you do, and like spilling your coffee or things like this.
Oh shit!
Is there something recurrent then
that I don't like?
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're just a very positive person.
I am, but you know what? The Leos have temper. We can be angry bastards. I don't like I don't like when Tallulah. I was angry. Here's a little silly example. Tallulah has braces.
Yes.
And the orthodontist told her that she needs to put the retainer on.
Yes.
She said when the braces are just formed, or the teeth are just formed, and she's 11, so the teeth are coming in and forming. Yes. That you have to have this retainer in,
but wait,
to keep them
on top of the braces.
It's on top. It basically keeps them all in a alignment.
So she still has the braces. No,
braces
she took
gone.
Okay.
Retainer for 6 months.
I have this at night because this one I want to straighten it. So
see, you know what it is. And she got a migraine over the weekend, and fair enough. With the migraine out, she wanted the retainer out of her mouth, of course. So, but yesterday at school, she didn't put the retainer in.
No.
And I just didn't understand why. Why didn't we do it?
And you get very mad.
And I get
it's your
really
money
mad.
as well, right?
Well, no, it is, because potentially she has to go back. If it's out of alignment again, then you have to go back and you have to read.
Well, show her this video, because I'm going to tell her exactly what happened.
She's very naughty. She's very,
if
very
you don't
naughty.
Wear it. I have retainer, and I didn't wear it as the dentist said, and so it moved differently, and the bite moves differently, and so you have different bites, and so everything that I have been printing the new retainers, they were different, so no one were fixing my teeth, and so they had to redo everything. They had to pay the guarantee. I had to pay, obviously, a lot of others' money. And that was only for my mistake for 3 days of not wearing it. So wear it.
Tallulah, 3 days, and you've already did 2 days.
Yes. So it's very important.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's my Leo thing that I like things to be right.
Mm-hmm. I understand you.
You do understand
me. I
do. I can't understand. Maybe I suffer fools badly. That's the expression. But yeah, and a point of contention between Leos and Sagittarians, my wife's a Sagittarian, is Sagittarians are know-it-alls. They know everything, right? They have to be right about everything.
They are.
And Leos naturally are.
They naturally know everything.
Naturally. So there's a potential for stress and conflict there.
Yes. I love this.
Yeah. So when people are stupid, it just pisses me off.
I understand. There is one thing that pisses me off. It's when I hear people that I'm not friends with that eat loudly.
Oh my God! Or eat with their mouths open.
Even my friends.
Or eat with them.
I said that just to be like not too rush, but not even my friend. Even my boyfriend.
I've got one. I got a big one. Smokers.
Oh, I understand.
Do you smoke?
I used to.
Of course you did. You're a model.
When I was in Paris, you can't not. But now I don't anymore.
I call them polluters.
I understand.
Obviously, they're self-polluting, but the selfishness of
yes,
putting passive smoking.
The smell is disgusting.
At a restaurant, whatever.
Do you remember the time where it was legal to smoke inside?
I can't remember. Obviously, I grew up with that, but
because in France it was.
Can you imagine?
Well, I remember because it was.
How long has it been different in France?
I think it's when I was about 10 or 11 years old, so 15 years ago.
Okay.
Something like this. And I remember that my parents are no smokers, so when we would go to restaurants or we would take the train, we would go in the non-smoker area and we would still smell it, and my dad would feel so angry, and he would be at the restaurant, so we were eating, and he would be like,
yes, you can't enjoy your food.
And he would not be discreet at all. He would like be like and I would, like, oh my God, that's
absolutely like me.
Yeah.
That's totally like me too. Like you could even be out in 42nd Street in Times Square. My daughter goes to hip hop on the weekends, so sometimes we eat outside, and then we smell the smokes coming across, and there's someone just over there, and we jump up and
that is disgusting.
Stomp our feet.
Like I understand. Yeah. Also, I hate people who push who push in the subway.
Oh,
that I push back. You push me, I push you back.
People will mow you down. My wife says this all the time. They would, if you didn't move out the way, they would mow you over.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. So it's a general sense that people aren't polite or not thoughtful of others.
Exactly.
Yes, it's not being thoughtful of others.
Yes. Yeah. And American are not very thoughtful.
You don't think so?
And British and French people are very proper and polite, but American are like.
Yeah, just get.
Yeah.
It's fast.
But we're living in New York, so we love you.
And we do love New York. I wouldn't live anywhere else now.
No,
I'm not going back to England. No way.
I'm not going back to France, I think. Sorry, Mom.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know where I will live later, because I don't know, isn't this weird to raise a child in the city?
Oh man,
not in Fort Greene.
Yes, Fort Greene is very different, and it's a human scale, as Prince Charles would have put it, and it's a lovely, beautiful neighborhood. So yes, for me, Fort Greene is the urban idyll of raising a child in a society and with diversity and in a very mixed neighborhood. I'm a city kid.
Yeah. You were born in?
London, yes.
London.
So I was always a city kid.
And
I like the idea that I can go and do things even though I'm never going to go
Yeah.
and do them, but it's there to do.
yeah,
And that
there's endless
energy,
possibilities.
and there's
here.
energy always circulating
I understand.
around.
And
But you're not, so how you're a country
I need to go
girl.
back home sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Home will always be where my parents are.
Right.
Yeah. So I need to see the sea, to feel the air is different by the
Yeah.
sea.
Oh my God, yes.
And
The ions,
yeah,
the
yeah.
positive ions coming off the waves.
Wait, am I crazy? Or in the winter and autumn here in New York, the air is super dry.
Isn't it?
It's so dry.
Isn't it just the central heating dries you out? Because people in apartments, the central
In
heating
apartments, yes.
has to go up high, and it's not regulated a lot, so it's often too hot, and that's drying you out. And also in the winter time, there's not much moisture in the air because it's freezing. When it's freezing and below freezing, there's literally no moisture in the air.
Oh my God, we wake up every morning with my boyfriend and we have like it's fire all here, and my skin is.
That's
super
what it
dry.
is. It's probably just the central heating. Get a humidifier.
I got one. Doesn't
No, it
work.
didn't work. I'm sorry about that. But yeah,
okay,
there's
it's
nothing
not
you can do
your
about
fault.
that. Unlike France and England, more temperate climates where there's a lot more rain and moisture in the atmosphere.
Yeah, sure. There
it
is
gets-
more rain.
It gets a bit
That's
dry.
annoying.
It gets dry.
What is the most crazy thing? I mean, one of the craziest
Hmm.
thing that you've done in your life.
Crazy. You see, I'm not crazy.
You probably did something that is out of the ordinary.
Out of the ordinary. With my first girlfriend.
I talked a lot about my ex. My boyfriend will see those videos,
Yes.
so you can talk about your first girlfriend.
I'm going to say this in public, and I'm sure she won't mind.
You can edit
and I'm
it.
not even going to say her name. My first girlfriend and I had sex in Kew Gardens by the lake. I was bird watching at the time.
Oh.
There were grebes, there were kingfishers on the lake.
Nice.
So maybe that's the maybe that is the craziest thing.
That's
And it's
a
not
good
even
crazy
that
thing.
crazy because I don't think that's crazy at all.
Well, you thought about it as
Really?
crazy, so
But
something
yeah.
about
But
it
I'm not a
made
crazy
you feel
guy.
like scared or something.
I'm not Mr. Crazy at all. I have never really taken drugs, ever. And I don't like being out of my comfort zone. So I'm not going to take risks. I'm risk averse, I would say.
Or or if you take risk, you're very careful. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, and therefore it's not really a
So
risk.
it's not a risk.
Are you crazy?
Yeah. I'm not crazy, but I'm also very, very proud. So if someone says me, you can't do that, I'll do it.
Ah,
Yeah. So we have a lot of games like this with my boyfriend.
wow, dare
Yeah,
games.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Tallulah's like that too. Tallulah and I will argue. If I say do this or don't
Good
that,
luck
she will.
with her.
I know she'll do the opposite.
Yeah.
Just to spite
But
me.
look at her eyes, though. You know that she's
I can't
doing-
do. I know. I've lost every time.
And her smile, she's like, I
Yes.
can do it. I did it.
She did it exactly. She was naughty. She was totally
What?
naughty.
I can't do it? Are you sure? I can do it. I did
know.
it. That's perfect.
So strong.
Yes.
She's got a lot of strength.
Does she know what she wants to do?
At the moment, she's obsessed by dance and hip hop in particular, and she's joined a really hardcore New York hip hop dance studio crew.
An artist family.
So she's physically expressive,
Oh, nice.
and yeah, we'd like her to go to a performing arts high school in a couple of years, and she likes attention. She's a show off. I like attention.
When is she born? Which month?
August 4th.
August.
Which makes her the same birthday as Barack Obama.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Leo. They,
She knows it.
She does know it.
This picture is awesome.
So yeah, I'm not Mr. Crazy.
Yeah, but your life is full of.
I'm Mr. The God is in the details. let's enjoy stuff together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you're trying to do such a new project and to go into a new direction. That's taking a risk. That's being crazy, actually. You're trying to go.
Maybe, yeah. And I'm not shy of putting myself out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm quite in that respect. But I don't think, again, it's a risk because if it's part of your nature,
Yes,
it's who you are. It's
yeah.
easy to be.
So maybe I don't take risk. Maybe it's just part of who
It's
I
part
am.
of who you are. You're built to do that.
Yeah.
I'm built to go, give me a microphone. I have this idea that I have a microphone. I'm out in the world and the streets or behind the scenes at shows and talking to people and interacting with the world in a way to be a medium
Yeah.
for people to see things and to... That's it. I like to be of service. I like to have a function
Yeah.
in aiding something, whatever. If it's a dress being sold or whatever. It's just give me something to do that I can be helpful, you know.
What is your... do you have a favorite
Oh, shit.
restaurant? What?
Restaurant? Yeah, I like I like Inaka. I was just going to look for the time because we might be running out. We've got shit to do. Do you have a...
I don't know what time it is. Wait, I'm going to do it.
Because I've got to go and collect Tallulah at 3.
Yeah, no worries. And I will have to draw.
Is this probably... You have to draw?
Yeah.
You literally said that. Do you draw every day?
It's 2:24.
Okay, we have to be quick now.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's say goodbye on this. This was amazing. Thank you.
You're
No
welcome.
one's asked me so many questions. I'm so happy to talk.
I could
Thank
have
you for
kept
being
going for
interested in me.
hours.
I know you really could. But thank you so much for coming and sharing so much
course,
of yourself
my
today. This
pleasure.
was a real pleasure. I knew that from the beginning of our social media interaction that it would be fun.
Thank you.
Joanna, you were wicked, and thanks a lot for watching.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.